Okay, so in this example, we're going to look at translations and reflections. So we're not going to worry about things stretching or shrinking. Um, they give us a graph, okay? They don't give us an equation this time. So we have to use this graph. And the thing to remember is you have to maintain the shape, okay? So you can see what it looks like. It's like kind of part of a parabola, and then it bottoms out, and then it starts over with a smaller parabola. I mean, who knows what kind of curve that is? And we don't care what the equation is. We can't say it's a parabola. It's not one of our basic functions. But we can do the reflect or the translations and reflections. Okay. Now, one way to do that is to think about the table of values because you have to like I said, you have to maintain the shape. Okay, and you can put y or f of x there. But see how there's a point at negative 4, 0? That point right there. There's a point at negative 2, 2. There's a point at 0, 0. There's a point at 1, negative 4. And then there's a point at 3, 0. Now, those are the ones that I see that are actually, integer coordinates. Okay, I'm not going to try to guess what like that point is. I don't really know. It looks like it's about 2, I'm sorry, yeah, 2, negative 1, but I'm not going to use that one. Okay, so I'm just using like the ones that I can clearly see. Okay, and there are what, 5 of them? Okay. So now what we do, so these are kind of fun. We want to take that graph and we want to do like a transformation or a reflection. Okay, so you have to see what it is. So we're going to do A here. And what does that say? It says take this function that you have, kind of the weird function, and what does the 3 do? It moves all those points up 3. So what you're going to have for the table of values then, I'll write it right here little. So you're going to have negative 2, but then you're not going to go up 2, you're going to go up 5. You're going to have, well, I missed the first one, the negative 4 will be negative 4. This one's going to go up 1, 2, 3. I can draw it for you here. These are all just going to move up 3. Up 1, 2, 3. And that one's going to move up 1, 2, 3. That one's going to move up 1, 2, 3. And then you have to draw the curve. Okay, so it's going to be hard to see, so I'm going to do it down here. So my negative 4, 0 is going to become negative 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, up 1, 2, 3. And then my negative 2, 5, negative 2, 3, 4, 5. And then it was going to be 0, 4, 3. Okay. And then, so what I'm doing is I'm adding 2 to all these outputs, or I'm adding 3, sorry. 3 to that, 3 to that, so it's going to be at negative 1. 1, negative 1. And then I'm going to add 3 to that, which is going to make it 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Okay, now I have to draw it, and I draw it like this. So it's going to come curvy, 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 oopsie, and then kind of, oops, it did not want to do that. This is the little problem we have with this tool. Okay. So it's coming down, and then it's coming back up. So mine's a little smaller, but that's what it looks like. So a bigger piece of graph paper would help. All right, now what does this do? It says shift everything, shift 3 left. It's going to change the x values. You're going to subtract 3 off all those x values, okay? So your x values, you used to have negative 4. Now you're going to have negative 7, and then it's going to be 0. And then you're going to have negative 5, 2. And then you're going to have, I'm subtracting 3 from x, okay? Negative 3, 0. The output's going to be the same. Negative 2, and then negative 4, and then 0, 0. Okay. Now when we graph this, it better look like that curve, but shifted 3 to the left. If it doesn't, then I did something wrong. So negative 7, 0, negative 5, 2. Well, that's a big point. Negative 3, 0, negative 2, negative 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 0, 0. So we are saying it's going like this and like that. And it should shifted 3 to the left. Oh, now we want to do two things. So here, we want to take those points that we had. Where can I make a table of values? Let's do it right here. This will be for C, X and Y. And we used to have, what did we have? A negative 4. Let me put the original ones. So it was, where can I put it? So original was negative 4, 0, negative 2, 2, 0, 0. I'm doing this from memory now. 1, negative 4, and what was the last one? 2, was it 2? No, 3, 0. Okay. 3, 0. All right. So you're going to shift 2 to the right. Okay, so right. That's going to change your x values. So add 2 to all the x values. So add 2, add 2, add 2, add 2, and add 2. So I'm adding 2 to all of those values. Negative 2, 0, 2, 3, 5. This is going to shift up 3. So these values, you're going to add 3 to all of those. 3, 5, 3, negative 1, and 3. Okay, let's graph these. Now you could just think about picking it up and moving each point, you could do that. That would work too. Just showing you another way. Negative 2, 1, 2, 3, 0, 5, 2, 3, 3, negative 1, and then finally 5, 3. So we draw this shape, and it should do what it said we said it would do. It should have shifted 2 to the right and up 3. So you could look back at the original. You have it on your paper. Look at that. All right, now D. Let's look at a table of values here. So we're doing the opposite. We're expecting it to go upside down. Reflect with respect to x-axis. Okay, so because it's the x-axis, all the y's are going to change their sign. So we're going to keep x the same. And then all of these are going to be the opposites. Opposite 0 is still 0. 4, 0. Okay, so let's see what happens when we graph those points. Negative 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 0. Negative 2, negative 2, 0, 0. We talked about it in class, and I think I talked about it in a video, that the points on the x-axis, the x-intercepts, those aren't going to change when you reflect it. So it might shift later, but okay, 1, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 3, 0. 2, 1, 2, 3, 0. Okay. Now you have to kind of remember the shape. So it was going like this, and then like that. And it should look like the original curve, but upside down. That one points off a little bit. All right, that's how we do those. So the more you study these, the more they'll start to make sense.